You are listening to LOA Recon with the Good Vibe coach Jeanette Ma, where we dissect the ins and outs and the art and science of conscious creation, all intended to amp up your manifesting game. Let's have some fun together. I feel a little silly. When I record these podcasts, I hold a little crystal in my hand so that I'm not clicking a pen. And I was holding this crystal that I was certain was Numite, but it turns out it's not Numite, it's Merlinite. Okay, you might wonder, how could a person get Numite and Merlinite mixed up? When you hold them side by side, you're like, yeah, these are totally two different crystals. But for a long time, I was holding Merlinite and I thought it was Numite. I think I got it mixed up because Numite is magic for me and Merlinite is magic for everyone. Maybe that's how I got them mixed up. But anyway, right now I'm holding Numite and Merlinite. All right, the magic is turned on. Hey, you know what I was thinking about today? The life cycle of a dream and the stages of how our dreams unfold. It was kind of fun to think about. I was thinking about how at the very beginning, like the first stage of a dream, it feels like a crazy dream, right? We get a glimpse of one, but we don't really dare. We're not really gonna say yes to it because we think like it's crazy. Like we've lost our mind. Who do you think you are? Right? It's that kind of stage where you just get your first whiff of it and it just feels like, no, you wouldn't really do that. It's crazy. That's the first stage. Okay. And then the second stage. Okay, maybe. We start flirting with it a little. You know, maybe we start daring this dream. We get a little closer to it, like trying it on for size, maybe entertaining a little fantasy here and there, just for fun. We're not doing it for real. It's nothing serious here. We're just flirting, feeling out possibilities. That's stage 2. But then after that, oh, and you know what? Actually, some people never make it past that stage with their dream. But if you do, the next stage 3, that's where we go for it. That's where we say yes to it. Like we mean it. We're claiming it. We know that we want it and we intend for it to be ours. Isn't that a beautiful thing? To intend to bring a dream to life. And it takes courage. Whoa, it takes courage. Especially if you've ever crashed and burned with other dreams. To get to this stage, it does. It's not for wimpy people to do stage 3, to say yes to it. And then stage 4, that's where we're feeding it, right? We're living it in our 3D world. This is the service that we do for our dreams, where we're answering the inspired calls to action. And we're feeding it and nurturing it and protecting it from those who threaten it or those who don't believe in it. And we're doing the work of it, right? And it doesn't feel like work if it's a dream, right? Because working on your dream to make it come true, that's a privilege and a joy, not a hassle or a penance. If it feels like that, you've either got the wrong dream or you're doing it wrong because it feels good to feed a dream. And that's stage 4. Okay, then comes stage 5. That's where we get tested. You know how sometimes we start to get frustrated with those dreams because it's not here yet. We don't know why it's not working out. And we're like, what's going on here? Because you've courted it properly. You've done all the right things and you're wondering, where is it? That can be a testing time. Testing you, how much do you really want this dream? And asking us, how much do we really know about raising them? A lot of people fall out in stage 5. But some of us will regroup in stage 6, right? So like maybe we recognize, all right, we're not in the sweet spot with it. We chill out. Or maybe we say, fine, let's have a little time apart just to clear our heads, right? To get back on track. But we just take a break. It's kind of like, I just called it regrouping, stage 6. Hopefully we don't have to do that for too long before we enter the next stage, 7, where we refuel, because that dream won't die. It keeps calling us, and we keep wanting it. And there's a flame inside that still burns for that dream. That's when we know walking away is not an option. And stage 8, it's where maybe little bit by little bit, we start to see it unfolding, right? A little thing happens here, a bigger sign we catch over there. Like we start to think, oh my gosh, maybe this thing is going to happen. Maybe it's happening now. Who knows? It could be. Like it's on that verge of being. That's stage 8. And then stage 9, that's that's the stage where we know for sure that this dream is going to live, right? When it's a certainty, a reality, right? It's far along enough now that we know this is it. It's going to be. Our dream is happening. But you know what? By then, by the time we're hitting this stage, it doesn't feel like a dream, at least not for long. Once we hit this stage, it feels more like a reality, like a thing, a thing we did. Or a thing we're doing doesn't feel so much like a dream anymore because it's so real. And after that, we start dreaming up a new dream. We stage 1 it all over again because no one lives in stage 9 forever. We're always in process, right? Isn't that the cool thing? Okay, and about these stages, you know what? There can be fallout on every step of the way. Not all dreams make it to fruition. There's an attrition rate. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we abandon one dream because we got a whiff of a bigger one or a more authentic one, right? So sometimes it's appropriate to sign off wherever you're at with one in order to go invest in another. But boy, there are some dreams, our true dreams, the ones that have your name on it, they won't let you do that. Those are the ones that you can't walk away from. Some dreams are kind of casual dreams, like, they're not the life-ruining dreams when you try to ignore them. They were just icing on the cake dreams. Like you could opt in or you could opt out, but there are others, and you know the ones I'm talking about, the ones that don't take no for an answer. In fact, those probably aren't actually called dreams. There's probably a different word for those. Maybe it's callings, maybe it's a purposes. I don't know, a bigger word than that. They're a type of dream that isn't optional. Like you maybe tried to leave it behind many times, tried to leave it in the dust, but it wasn't having it. Those are the kind of dreams you just better get on board with sooner rather than later, because your whole beingness is tied up in them. I kind of like thinking about dreams like this. And the point here being that our whole life is dreams. So learning the care and feeding of them seems kind of prudent to me. My invitation to you is to feed your dream and let it feed you back. Thanks for listening and happy dreaming.